local, federal, state. What? No, go back. No, that's what it said. Local, state, and federal. Oh, God. Help has been swift to help the storm-ravaged Southeast. President Biden signed off on disaster relief before Hurricane Helene made landfall. Now, Republican governors like Georgia's Brian Kemp are putting politics aside by thanking him for his rapid response, unlike the one who isn't president.
And never will be.
Okay.
That's a good way to say it.
Well, it's really important to remind people that this man is not the president.
Yeah.
He has nothing to do with what presidents are getting done.
Right.
And I'm just a little sick and tired of him acting like he's got something to say. But who am I? Okay? Who am I?
You are a woman with a microphone.
So I want you to take a look at this clip. Maybe you'll understand why I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
The president just called me yesterday afternoon. I missed him and called him right back. And he just said, hey, what do you need? And I told him, you know, we got what we need. We'll work through the federal process. He offered that if there's other things we need, just to call him directly, which I appreciate that.
The governor's doing a very good job. He's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. I guess they're not being responsive. I haven't reached out to him. No, I think he's sleeping right now.
Let me get this straight. He's lying. And the governor told him he was lying. The governor told me he was lying. I've spoken to the governor, spent time with him, and he told me he's lying. I don't know why he does this. So that's simply not true, and it's irresponsible.
Yeah.
And not only did his pointless photo op take up needed resources away from actually helping people, he straight up lied again to Americans. Now, I have to just keep saying, is the GOP brain dead? How can they allow him to continue to act as if he is in charge?
No.
And I hate looking at you because it makes
No,
it feel like I'm directing it at you, but you're the only person I can ask. What the hell's going on?
I watched this clip, and I can't believe after 4 years of time away from him, this is still what we want. Governor Brian Kemp, a popular Republican governor of Georgia, is someone I could totally support for president. He's able to show up. He's able to work across the aisle, praise Joe Biden when he needs it. But instead, we're going with this buffoon who never misses the opportunity to politicize a tragedy. And you said something important. I've been to more natural disaster visits than most people. I traveled a lot with Vice President Pence. The emergency managers on the ground, the first thing they'll tell you is they don't want VIP visits in the initial aftermath. It takes police resources. It puts a strain on the recovery efforts. But we know Donald Trump showed up because Georgia and North Carolina are critical battleground states. What we should want in leaders are people who are going to care just as much about North Carolina and Georgia if they don't vote for them and after the election.
He shows up because he thinks he knows. He actually thinks, remember what a disaster he was in the last when he was president. But I mean, he thinks because he slept with someone named Stormy that he's a weather expert. But besides that, the guy, I want to just remind people what he did when they were to slow things down. He slowed things down for blue states. In the early initial days of COVID, he did not send help to blue states. He will do that again if he ever becomes president. Please, no.
Well, in times of tragedy, when lives are being lost, there's at least 130 people have died.
Looking at the women on the view, they were not very happy about what President Donald Trump was doing. According to them, basically, like what happened in Georgia, the hurricane, the Helene hurricane that happened, a lot of people lost their properties. A lot of dangers happened to people, even in Florida. It also happened in Florida. And we see that President Donald Trump visited Georgia, and he was, the women in the view were not happy because of what he was doing. He said that President Biden was being called, that the governor said President Biden is sleeping. He's nowhere to be found. Oh, God. And then the women were trying to say that the governor, President Biden was saying that President Donald Trump is lying. The governor says he's lying. He don't say anything like that. Sometimes we think that all this happen only to normal people, just regular people. Sorry about that. Just people in the people you say that who are just people who are just regular people at all. Say that, but you didn't know that president like that will be fighting also. Looking at the women in the view, they were not very happy. We were very against President Donald Trump, that this is technique, you want to win the election. Lying is what he has been lying. He first of all lied about the 2025 project. He came and lied that he was not in agreement of it, which is a person behind the project 2025. Although he did not write it, but he has been supporting it, and he wants to take away women's rights. He wants to take away women's reproductive right. Like, they want to control a woman, how many children you're going to have, how many children you're not going to have. They want to decide that. So abortion is not being allowed, which they don't care. We see the other day, according to the women of view, many people lose their life because of that. Many women, they show about this woman who lost her life because there was a DNC performed on her because she had a miscarriage, so the DNC being delayed. So after 20 hours, she lost her life. So these were real cases that they were bringing out, and which they were saying that the president don't even care about it. So what actually do you think about that? President Donald Trump is just like talking. They talk about IVF. Many people have their children through IVF. Even Sonny, see, if not of IVF, she cannot have any child. They talk about President Donald Trump just lie. He's lying a lot, so they will not believe anything that he's saying. They track a lot of record. They even say that because if you have many children, they want the women to stay on Section 8. So they cannot determine how many children a woman will have, how many children a woman will not have. Even the IVF, they have to allow women to have as much as they want and be control their body, because they don't know how a woman's body is functioning. They went about us are talking about that Donald Trump lied about the people in Florida, that they were eating Springville. The people in Springville, that they are eating pets, which is just lying. The dogs and the cat. It's just his story that Vance gave it, and he just fly with it. And somebody was just lying, and the girl even said it, deleted her Facebook because she said she was lying. So after the case gets so hot, she had to delete her entire Facebook because she was afraid of trouble and running away. So they were saying that even his felony he had with those women, he's just lying because then Joy Behar make a comedy about that, because Donald Trump have an entangle with Stormy Daniels. He think that anything Stormy, he can solve it. Oh God, what do you think about all this? Let me see your opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and help share the video. God bless you.